Hey, welcome back everybody. Just want to do a quick video here, now that the house is actually quiet. Uh, but want to do a quick video here. If you can't tell already by the title of this video, but I wanted to go over this little guy right here, the Tinyhawk 1, but with a twist. This is running a different tune on it. It's more like the hummingbird tune. I will have some flight footage up here, basically comparing how this thing is with the tune on it. And let me tell you, it does not fly like a Tinyhawk. This thing flies absolutely insane. I mean, for from right out of the box, they kind of fly like eh. And with this one here, this is the Tinyhawk 2. New one that just came out, I want to say like around a year ago from today. Was when people started flying these. It flies better than this out of the box as well. This one's a little bit of an exception because this one actually has the first, or the generation 1, basically the same board and VTX as this one here. I did pick this up on the marketplace for extremely cheap, and I have had the S, which can run 2S. I mean, this thing flies as nimble as, you know, the 2S running on the Tinyhawk S. I know it's a lot to say, but I'm going to put some flight footage on here. I'm going to go back into here and see if I can pull in and, you know, get some files on here to show you guys what the tune is actually on this thing and what I have it set to. Now, I didn't actually set this one. Like I said, I picked this up on the marketplace in my local area through Facebook. We were looking for some goggles, and you know, this guy ended up having a couple of these laying around, and just pretty much he moved to the DJI system. So I'm like, well, let's see how this thing does. And I mean, for 50 bucks, this thing is amazing. So if you guys are looking to try out and, you know, put tunes on some you know, some of the Mockingbird tunes, or now the emus, it is definitely something to check out. Just the performance of this thing is just absolutely insane. And I you know, once I started flying, you know, the beta, and just I like the way this one feels, even though it is a brushed, as well as the what is this one, the hummingbird with the Mockingbird tune. I absolutely love flying these things just because they're so small and they're nimble. They're just point and go, and that's what this thing does now. That's what this Tinyhawk does. So if you're looking to push yourself and get into, you know, a little bit more of a snappier feel with your Tinyhawks, I definitely recommend picking up one of these, and even if you have one, just flashing it with this software, because it truly is a world of a difference. So we'll get into it. I know I could go over the specs on this one, but like I said, this is just a regular Tinyhawk version 1. You know, it doesn't have the movable camera. It's, you know, it's pretty bare bones. You know, the original motors, the 0802s, I believe. I really can't see there. But yeah, I mean, stock motors. It's just what the tune will do is just absolutely insane. So stick around. I will put up, you know, I'll load up Betaflight with this one, and then we'll get that recording in there as well as some flight footage. So stick around. All right, everybody. Welcome back. So we got Betaflight loaded up here. I know, unfortunately, you probably can't see my mouse capture because I have that turned off, but I'll certainly go through in detail as far as highlight the best way to basically what's going on with this tune on this Tinyhawk. So let me get it plugged in here, and we should hopefully connect right up. All right, so we got it plugged in. Basically, the ports on this one, they might be a little bit different, just because I don't really know what was going on with this one to begin with. So obviously, your USB, your UARTs are gonna probably, they may be a little bit different, just because I don't really know the whole background behind this thing. Like I said, I bought it used, so uh, it, there's a couple of weird things that are going on with this thing. It may not happen to you, but with this thing, when I was binding it up to my Radio Master, it would not bind properly, and I'll show you that here now. So as you can see, D-Shot 600, motor stop, things like that, basic things. Obviously, the motors are spinning in the proper direction. So when you go down here to your serial-based receiver, it's only picking up S-Bus. I tried changing it. Like I said, this may not be with yours, but it is with mine, and it's running in the S-Bus, so I'm not getting any telemetry reported out back to my Radio Master, but it's still able to fly just fine, 180 arm angle. But I know the biggest thing is the actual tune. So the other thing is too is that the beeper doesn't work on this thing at all. Like I just plugged it in. There's no USB beep, which is weird. So into the PID tuning. Proportional on here for the roll, pitch, and yaw. You're at 100, 195. The integral roll, pitch, yaw 120, 120, and 90. The derivative 50, 50, 0, and the feed forward 176, 176, 176. The angle at horizon on here, the angle mode, the strength is at 100. Horizon, which I don't really run in, I just run this thing strictly in angle mode. I don't even run it in acro, just because with indoors you don't really run anything in acro. Plus I find these things with this tune to be much quicker in running an angle, just because you can slam into corners and pull out so much quicker. As opposed to running in acro mode. Angle limit is at 65, and the transition is set to 75. PID controller settings, feed forward is at 0.25. Acro trainer angle limits, which I don't believe I have set up on here, is at 20. Throttle boost is at 8, and then absolute control is at 5. Under the iTerm relax, which I have checked on, RPY and gyro, anti-gravity checked on with a smooth and a 5 of gain. Click over to the rate profile settings, which is the next tab over to the right. Basically the acro rates are 1.8 for the RC rates, super rate 0.64, RC expo is at 0.25, TPA 0.1, TPA breakpoint 1650, throttle mid 0.5, and then throttle expo 0.5. Filter settings, the gyro low pass cutoff frequency is at 100. For 2, it's at 300. The D-term low pass filters at 80, and then 170 on the low pass cutoff number 2. Yaw low pass filters set to 100. Receiver, which I don't have plugged in. Obviously AETR, RSSI channel 5. Like I said, I was trying to get the telemetry put onto the quad here just so I can get an actual readout on my Radio Master, but like I said, I only fly this thing indoors. I really don't take these whoops outdoors all too often. I have, but you know, only if I'm running pretty much a 2S just to pull out of a wind or, you know, a breeze. I'm in the middle of nowhere and it's very open, a lot of cornfields, so you know, sometimes you need that. So this is where I basically have everything set up on my switches. It really doesn't matter, because that's all personal preference. And then my OSD, which you guys can clearly see with the flight footage. So yeah, I know the basic thing is just right here with this tune, and what's going on with this thing. Like I said, it's a world of a difference with these tunes on here. It just doesn't fly like a Tinyhawk. So we'll get into some flight footage and we'll go from there.
You don't feel me. Just have another doctor put another pill in my mouth and say cure me. Wow. Why you sitting flipping through the pages of your paperbacks on porches we're open? But you cut off your own arm to get a doctor's vote and win an election. Could it be that you won't be so selfish? Will there come a day when your life's almost selfless? I'm not religious, but I pray that something